I'm at the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show. There is literally so much stuff here. Like, I literally can't even with all of this. Look at this beautiful amethyst. Oh my goodness. So this is our third day. I'm here with my mom. Mom is right there. Okay, so this is all smoky quartz, but this is like,
oh, look at this one.
Which one?
Amethyst.
So gorgeous. I never even knew that this show existed until a few weeks before it was actually happening. And I was like, Mom, I bought you a ticket. I booked a hotel. We are going to this show. Oh gosh, we're beginners. We're like literally beginners, but having so much fun. This show is for everybody, like buyers, experts, beginners. There's tons of people here with lots of knowledge that are so willing to help you. Literally got back from the Tucson Gem Show last night and could not wait to film this video for you guys. Welcome back to the channel. So excited to have you here for this video. If you're new here, I'm Stella. I typically do flight attendant vlogs, but I went to this Tucson Gem Show this year and had so much fun and just had to like tell you guys all about it. This is the official name of the show. It's the Tucson Gem, Mineral, and Fossil Showcase. It happens every single year between January and February. The show started in 1955 and it brings in about $130 million to the city of Tucson, to Arizona. And there are hundreds and hundreds of vendors. And what did it say? Over 65,000 visitors from around the world come to this show every single year. For all the shows that it has 37 shows according to this little guidebook here. 37 shows scattered throughout Tucson. When I say a show, I mean like it's like a mini farmer's market or like swap meet. That's one show, but it's not mini. It's got hundreds of vendors at one show. And then you go like maybe a mile or two down the road and there's another show and it's got another 100 or so vendors. And then maybe some are inside, some are outside, some are both inside and outside. And each show is like specializes in a little bit of different stuff. Some are mainly focused on just crystals. Some are focused on like outdoor big statement pieces. Some are focused on jewelry or precious stones. So it just depends on what you're really looking for. And then those are kind of the shows that you're gonna pick to go to. Because this was my first year, I just like went online and did a little bit of research and found like the top 5 shows that if you're a beginner or have never been before, these are the shows to go to. All of them have the same hours of operation. They all open around 10 a.m. and they all close around 6 p.m. The first show that we went to was the 22nd Street show. It was the very first one we went to. So we went and we only went to the first tent. And then we saw food trucks and we're like, oh, this is the end. And so we're like, okay, let's get a car and let's go to another show. So as we were in the car leaving that show, we're driving by multiple tents after that very first one that we went to. We're like, Mom, did we literally just do that? Did we miss 90% of that show? We only went to like one tent. We're like, okay, if we have time at the end, we were gonna circle back to go back to that show, but we actually ended up not having enough time because there was so much to see and do. So the first real show that we actually went to was the Pueblo Gem and Mineral Show. This is the official like guidebook for this show. I definitely recommend picking up these booklets. These are at the very front entrances of most of the shows because they highlight some of the really cool vendors that they have, some of the cool stuff that they feature in the show, but they also list all of the actual vendors that are throughout the show. So if you went to a particular one and you're like, oh man, that was really cool. It was Judy's something. Well, you can go back and look at the book if you don't remember, and then you can look them up and find them online if they have an online shop, which most of them do. We ended up at the Pueblo Gem Show. That was the first big one that we actually went to, and the very first vendor that I saw was all these crystals from Brazil. It was an outside tent with just so many beautiful, like insanely, like just gorgeous crystals. I was just like, oh my gosh, me and Mom were just like, this is amazing. I found several crystals that I wanted to take home with me. I ended up seeing this one, and this is more of a smoky quartz crystal. What I love about this crystal is that it sits slanted. It doesn't sit straight up. Most crystals you'll see, they sit straight up. This one sits slanted. It reminds me kind of like an ocean wave or even like a palm tree, something just like blowing in the wind. And it just really caught my eye, and I just thought it was so gorgeous. And I was like, it's so unique, and it really spoke to me. So I ended up picking this stone up. This was the first stone that I picked up at the show. I did bring my Crystals for Beginners book with me at the show, and I'm like, hi, I'm a beginner. Like, don't judge me, please. This book really helps because it gives you a little bit of information on each type of crystals. This one that I got is smoky quartz, and this book says that it helps with transmitting negative energy to positive energy, amplifying positive energy, grounding, detoxifying, connecting all the chakras to balance energy, connection to higher guidance, and the divine. I don't understand all of that, but what I really see is that it helps turning negative energy into positive energy. So that's definitely a crystal that I want in my house, because we can all get in moods, and then that crystal, it's not gonna work miracles, I don't think, but it's gonna help turn that frown upside down. So we went to 2 shows that first day, the 22nd Street one and the Pueblo one, and we really didn't buy much. I don't even think Mom bought anything that day, and I think I only bought that crystal and then also a water bottle. Such a sucker for water bottles. I've already been drinking out of it. This one's really simple. It just water goes in the top there, and then on the bottom here is the crystal, and you can switch out whatever stones or minerals or crystals, anything that you want to put in there to energize your water. I feel like I buy a water bottle anywhere I go. I have about 1 million water bottles. It's like my obsession. The next day we went to the Jogs show. And the Jogs show really focuses a lot on jewelry. There was tons of jewelry vendors at this show. And this was a show that you had to actually register for, and you had to pay a $20 entrance fee, which was okay because it was such an amazing show. It was so worth it. We got there at about 10:30 and we didn't leave until 5:30. So that's like 6-7 hours of like jewelry shopping. I have no idea how we spent so much time there. There were food trucks there, so we did stop and get lunch in between the show, but it was like, oh my gosh, literally stayed at that show for 7 hours. We had a little bit of a better idea going into the second day what we were looking for. Mom is obsessed with jewelry. She knew she wanted to find some jewelry pieces, and I was more focused on more of stones and crystals, but at each show there's a variety of everything. I didn't even get a picture of what Mom found at the show, but she got some earrings. She got, I'll have to text her and tell her to take a picture of all the jewelry and send it to me so I can show you guys, because she got some really cute stuff. We found this one booth, and it was jewelry designed by this lady named Monica. It was all made and produced in Mexico. So I bought these 2 like triangle stud kind of dangly earrings, and then this long, it kind of looks like an acorn, this long beautiful crystal necklace. I also got these 2 little dangly crystals that can be put into necklaces. I just need a string or a chain. This is clear quartz and this is amethyst. Those were the only jewelry pieces that I bought at the show. I'm not a huge, like, I am a jewelry person, but I'm not. I'm like, I buy like a pair of studs and I'll wear these for like a month straight before I like change my earrings, or I'll wear the same necklaces every day. it's hard to get me to change, but I did like those pieces. The next shop that I bought a few things from was this shop called My Drizzy Jersey. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. My Drizzy Jersey. Gosh, it's hard for me to say that. That's that small little glitter that makes the crystal, some crystals super, super sparkly. They're really tiny. It literally almost looks like glitter, but it's not. So these are 2 pieces that I got from that store, and this is an example of that Drizzy stuff. It's just really sparkly and glittery inside. This little moon and a little cactus. Really reasonably priced too. I think, let's see, one was $7 and one was $9. I'm guessing maybe the moon was $7 and the little cactus, because there's a little bit more to it, was $9. I got these two little pieces. This is black obsidian and this is rose quartz. And black obsidian helps to absorb negative energies. Put this at your entryway of your home, or maybe like at your office, to absorb negative energy from anybody coming into the house. And then rose quartz helps with love and communication. It's the love stone. One of these was $3 and one of them was $2. I'm not sure. So really reasonably priced. This store is from Brazil. And I just looked at their business card. I looked on the back and they have an Etsy store. So I'm definitely checking that out. Two other pieces that I picked up. This is white. This is clear quartz, shaped like a little diamond. And this is amethyst. I just thought this was so cute. Little tiny tower. Show you guys the difference here. Both of these stones are clear quartz. This one here, this tower, is a little bit better quality, so it's a lot clearer. You can really see everything inside of the stone. And this one here, this little diamond shaped one, is a little bit less quality, and you can tell because it's a little bit more foggy. I still loved it though. I thought it was so gorgeous. So there was a ton of jewelry at the Jogs show, but there was also a ton of amethyst there, like big statement, beautiful, gorgeous pieces of amethyst. And I had made my list before I went to the show of stuff that I wanted. I knew I wanted like a clear quartz statement piece. I knew I wanted some small little amethyst pieces to put around my house because they help with stress and anxiety and insomnia and addiction. And just like, I love amethyst. Not only do I love purple, but I love all the properties associated with amethyst. So I knew I wanted like a big, huge statement piece, but like not too big, because it had to fit in my carry-on luggage. I'm just gonna show you guys because I am so obsessed. This weighs so much. I don't know how much my carry-on luggage weighed, but it was so heavy. I had to get help putting it in the overhead bin. I was like, I overstuffed it. I'm sorry, but I didn't want to ship this home. This amethyst piece sits on this little stand, and it can rotate. So depending on like how you want to display it, I'm like, you guys, this is so heavy. I need to weigh this and see how much it weighs, like exactly. But I fell in love with this piece. I saw it and it just spoke to me. And I was like, you know what? You're coming home with me. And I haven't decided where I'm going to put it yet. I think I'm going to put it on my bar cart and like move some stuff around. Or I might put it in my bedroom. I don't really have a spot for it in the living room or the kitchen. So either my bedroom or on the bar cart, but I will show you guys where I do end up putting it. Ended up paying, I think, $245 for that piece. For a piece like that, they normally cost, I would say, between $300 and $500, just depending on where you buy it from. And then shipping. Shipping can be like $100 or $200 depending on where it's going and if you're adding any other stuff to it because it's so heavy. It was another piece that I got at the Jogs show. And when I tell you my bag was so heavy, you guys, like I was carrying it like a baby. I couldn't even put it on my shoulder because it was starting to hurt my shoulder. But I was like, I have to get these crystals home. I like love them so much. So I got this agate like sliver. And basically I bought this so that I could put like other things on it. I don't think I'll put crystals on it. I'll probably put like candles, but I got this just to kind of see, like, I don't know what it's going to be used for yet, but I knew I wanted some type of plate for display. That was everything that I got at the Jogs show. And I will say that I think the Jogs show was probably my favorite show out of all the shows that we ended up being able to go to, because it was a combination of everything. It had a ton of gorgeous, beautiful jewelry, but it also had gorgeous statement pieces. It had little tiny crystals. It just had like everything. Me and my mom had such a fun day that day, and she got some really cute stuff too. So now we're on the third day, and we ended up going to the Kino Show, which was a combination of indoor vendors and outdoor vendors. And they had spectacular stuff. I mean, they had so many statement pieces. We were just in awe. One vendor in particular had huge like amethyst rocks. And I feel like they were at one point rocks, and then maybe they took a hammer or a saw, but they split it down the middle and then opened it, and you just saw the rock on the outside. On the inside was just, every single one was different. Beautiful amethyst. Some had like big chunky amethyst. Some had little tiny ones. Some were darker purple, lighter purple. They were just gorgeous, and there were so many of them. I was like, do I need another one? No, I can't live in a crystal shop. Like, I need to control myself. Plus, I had no room, and they were so heavy. I love these ones. These ones are on little stands. Like, hello, perfect gift ever. That particular shop had so much amazing, amazing things. There are two little things that I got, and I loved this. This was the first time that I saw the crystals on these little, oh my gosh, how did I almost drop that? On these little stands. So this is clear quartz. I can obviously clear quartz is like my favorite. I got so much clear quartz. And this is black tourmaline. I'm not saying that right. This is a stone same as obsidian that soaks up negative energy, and it's good to put around the house so that you don't, so that it takes away your negative energy and it stores it. Actually got this little one for Bart to put at his desk at work, along with a little Citrine Tower. And Citrine is really good for prosperity. It's like, Bart, you got some gifts coming your way to put in your office. I actually picked up 4 little Citrine Towers. This is the one that I got for Bart. I got a little tiny one to put in our house. These 2 little guys are going to be gifts for other people, because who doesn't need prosperity and wealth? Also got a Fluorite Spear here, which I love. I got this for Bart. He can keep it either at the house or at work, and this fluorite, this green fluorite, is really good for concentration. Like if you're having trouble concentrating, you can just kind of hold it and focus on what you need to concentrate on, and it should help you. So they say. With these little spears, you get a little stand, and you put them so they can sit in your office, or they can sit on a flat surface. Couldn't leave Bart out. I had to make sure that I got him some stuff for work so that he can concentrate, he can have prosperity, and then clear quartz will amplify all of that. So that's everything that I got at that shop. And then I went to another shop and got these 2 little things, which these are like 2 of my favorite things that I picked up. We'll start with this one. This is a clear quartz bowl, and it is shaped like a little heart. So you can put other stones inside of it, or you can put jewelry or whatever you want. I do already have this smoky quartz bowl that I bought from my friend's Instagram shop. And I loved it so much, I knew I wanted another one. I also got a moon-shaped one. I just love these little bowls so much. They're so good to just hold jewelry or little knickknacks or other little tiny crystals. The last thing that I got at the crystal shop was this little angel. This stone is Larvikite, and it helps, one of the properties that it helps with is giving strength. I got this little angel to symbolize my grandma in my home, because my grandma was literally one of the strongest women I like ever knew. She overcame so many obstacles in her life, and I just admired her so much. She passed away in the summer of 2020, and that was just such a huge loss for me. I wanted something to symbolize her, and I saw this, and I know that this stone helps give, helps invoke strength. And I just thought whenever I need strength or help, I can always turn to this little angel and hold it and talk to my grandma and just have her help me with whatever I'm going through. Loved the meaning behind this little angel, and I also just thought she was just so adorable, and I love this stone. It's gorgeous. Mom and I had so much fun at the show. We learned so much. I did already read my Crystals for Beginner book, but I learned so much just by talking to the vendors at the show, and even just talking to people that were buying things. I was like, oh, I'm not really sure what this is. I think it's citrine, or it could be amber. I'm not sure. And then somebody, you know, nearby would chime in and be like, oh yeah, that's definitely citrine, and this is what it does, and this is what it's good for, and you should get some of that. And I was like, okay. So it was a fun trip, but it was also really educational. I think I will probably go back next year. I don't know if Mom will come with me. She said she might not go next year, but maybe the year after, because she's got enough crystals for a few years. But I was like, I definitely want to go next year. Some tips for the show if you're gonna go, and some tips for myself that I'm gonna make sure I follow really well next year. Definitely wear comfortable shoes. Definitely bring layers, because the temperature in Arizona, it's like cold in the morning, hot in the middle of the day, and then it starts getting cold at night. So bring a sweater, tie it around your waist, bring a jacket that's maybe like a puffy jacket that you can like smush up into a backpack or a bag. Don't bring like really bulky backpacks or handbags. A lot of the like rows in the vendors, like when you go into one of the shops or one of the tents, they're really narrow. So if you have like a big backpack or a huge bag, you could potentially like knock over some stuff. So I would definitely say, like, we did have backpacks, but by the second day, I didn't take my backpack on the second or third day because it was just too bulky. And luckily I had a little mesh tote bag that I brought to the shows the second and third day with me, and I just put everything that I bought into the little black mesh tote bag. Definitely bring a water bottle or plan on purchasing water. Stay hydrated. It's really, really dry in Tucson. You know, obviously it's a desert, so it's really dry. Bring sunscreen. You're like inside, but you're also outside, and the sun is like really hot on you, or bring a hat, something to cover up. Before you go, figure out how you're gonna get all your stuff that you're gonna buy back home. For me, I definitely underpacked my luggage so that I had almost a whole side that I knew I was gonna put crystals and gems and treasures on that side. Or you can always ship stuff back home. At most of the shows, there was UPS booths set up where they had boxes, packing supplies, tape, everything that you needed to ship whatever you got straight back home. You didn't have to like lug your stuff to the UPS store. They were all set up there for you. Definitely try when you first get there to pick up one of these guides, because this will literally list all the shows, let you know the times of the shows, let you know the dates that the shows are going, and let you know if it's open to the public or open to just wholesale. And then it also gives you the map of Tucson on the back where all the shows are. So if you want to go to a few shows in one day, you can kind of plan it out like, okay, these shows are right next to each other, so we can even walk to them. I will say one of the most important things is to bring somebody who is on your level. So somebody who will just shop till you guys drop with you. My mom is the best person to take shopping or to take on any of these type of conventions, because she's just like an energizer bunny. She has more energy than me, and she'll just go, go, go. And if I say, Mom, I'm looking for a small, tiny little amethyst tower, like I don't want to go home until I find one, Mom will literally search the entire town of Tucson to find me exactly what I'm looking for. She won't stop. She'll be so tired. She's like, do you just want to go to one more show to find it? So definitely bring somebody who's like gonna be your ride or die with you on one of these shows. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer, happy to help you guys. Hopefully I see some of you guys there next year, because I'm definitely going. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video.